Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Professor Fred Ogola. I'm a civil society leader. I want to tell you that the policemen are trying to divert Kenyans' attentions, first, from the real questions Kenyans should be asking, and two, the evidence Kenyans should gather to answer and give justice to Ojwang. And this is not just the police. The whole government is diverting attention. Parliament did it by shedding crocodile tears for a whole day, shouting in Parliament and Senate how the government is bad, yet they should impeach the president. Because if the Parliament is there, just in case the executive is not doing their work, to perform one simple function, impeach the president so long as he's violated the law, and he has violated the law. We have a president who has violated all the 18 chapters of the Constitution, yet Parliament is there shedding crocodile tears. Then they are busy saying, oh, we should donate money to help Ojwang. Yet Parliament here has so many funds. Why don't they create a fund so that if something happens to Kenyans, we have all this handout where somebody is being called, oh, I'm giving you 1 million, oh, I'm giving you 2 million. Who tells them Ojwang is looking for money? Justice always comes first before compensation. When you see someone rushing to give you money when you are in trouble, they are now offering to bury Ojwang, yet the family has not even decided the date of the burial. Maybe the family don't want to bury him. How do you offer money for burial before the family tells you when they are doing a burial? Or which date is this burial? So the state is diverting attention, and I can tell you, even the police officers are diverting attention. That one we know. So let me just go into the evidence provided by Mukwana. Mukwana's testimony cannot be believed in any way you like it, for the following reason. One, when Mukwana says that Ojwang was beaten by 4 people in a cell, I was in the postmortem room. I observed Ojwang's body. All sides, the body was turned. They checked everywhere. The body of Ojwang does not reveal a beating by a mob. In fact, the postmortem results, which will be comprehensively written by the 5 pathologists who performed the autopsy, will prove to you that it was not mob justice. Ojwang was beaten by somebody very specific, one at a time. Because if you look at the injuries on the head, if it was a mob justice, you could see too many injuries on the arms when he was trying to defend himself. But you could see a few bruises on the arms, a few bruises on the legs. There were multiple, but it was consistently being done by one person. And I will also go and ask the doctors to falsify in their report that this was actually a mob justice. It was not a mob justice. So Mukwana is wrong. The second thing that shows Mukwana is wrong, Mukwana claims that Ojwang was taken to Mbagathi Hospital at 10 p.m. Now, the CCTV footage from Mbagathi shows at 1:30. So do you want to tell us it took 3 hours and a half to move from Central Police Station to Mbagathi? It does not make sense. It can't be. So again, Mukwana is wrong. Mukwana should tell us who is asking him to cook these things, because the first report he cooked, he lied first. Now he has come to confess, now saying, no, this one is not a lie, this is true. Once a liar is a liar. So if he lied the first time, why do you want to believe the second lie? Now you'll hear another third lie. So which lie will we take? IG lied, hitting the head on the wall, isn't it? Deputy IG lied, hitting the head on the wall. Mukwana is the one who gave that statement, hitting the head on the wall. Now it is that he was beaten by a mob. What is the next lie? So this is not possible. Thirdly, I have been to Central Police. I have slept in Central Police 80 times. With this arrest here, this is a Ruto easy. This is a maandamano. If you look at the Central Police, it's impossible to beat somebody until they die without people knowing which inmate was there. So we want all the inmates who are checked in that day in the OB, all of them should write a statement. Did they hear anything? Did they see anything? And I saw the testimony that came from I saw what Danson Omari was saying in court yesterday. I don't agree with him that the cell where Ojwang was 100 meters away from where I record orders, the OB. Central Police cannot be 100 meters away because those cells, I know them. The cells are as small as a parking slot of a car, which I measure is 3 meters from each other. And if you look, those cells are at least 4 on both sides. So that is 12. That is just 12 meters. 3 times 4 is what? 12 meters. 12 meters cannot be 100 meters. So whatever they are trying to say, look here, the government is trying to bring so many theories, so many ideas, so many ideologies to distract the investigation team from putting their finger into the truth. So I don't believe those things at all. So Mukwana's testimony should be treated with the skepticism that it takes because Mukwana is accomplice. Mukwana should tell us whom is he protecting with this testimony. And if you want to understand what is happening here, remember why Ojwang was actually being taken to have published false information. The allegation is that Ojwang claimed that Langat was collecting 100 million shillings from 12 base commanders in Nairobi. 100 million shillings per month. Now, whom was Ojwang, whom was Langat collecting this money on behalf? Because maybe Langat is a tax collector collecting for the president. Maybe out of the 100 million, now the president has taken 2 million to give to Ojwang's family to shed crocodile tears with. Because there's no way a policeman can collect 100 million shillings without the president knowing. So either he's incompetent, he's clueless, or he's an accomplice. That's the only thing. Because how can the president allow someone to collect 100 million shillings per month? A policeman. Remember, the salary of a president is 2 million. How can an officer collect 100 million per month? There's nobody in Kenya who earns a salary of 100 million per month. The highest paid person in Kenya earns 36 million shillings a month. Who is the CEO of Cooperative Bank of Kenya? That's what I know. There is no one who earns more than that money in Kenya. Even the president does not earn that money. So for someone to collect 100 million shillings a month, who was giving him this money? He was collecting this money from who? And this money was being channeled to support what activities for which individual. If you don't understand that one, then you can't understand anything that is happening regarding the investigations. Because what led to Ojwang's death is that Ojwang must have touched the theft, the looting, and the filth that's in the police system. These policemen collect money here. Like, for example, for someone to be appointed in charge of traffic, you have to pay these government officials. You have to give the president money. The president is a businessman. He's not a president. He's a businessman. So there's no way a businessman can allow Langat to collect 100 million per month if he's not getting his share. So the president should come out clearly. How much of the 100 million per month comes to him? We are going to do trailing of Kenya shilling. You know, there's a system that can trail a note. This note has moved to which hands? You realize this note has gone to State House severally. So this businessman, even Murkomen, has been receiving this money. Because Murkomen cannot tell us there is a CS interior, and he doesn't know that there's a policeman collecting 100 million per month. And if he's collecting, do you think Murkomen can just keep quiet and getting nothing out of it? He's getting. That's why he was fighting for this docket. He was threatening people that if he was the CS interior, he could kill the Gen Z and finish them. Now he's there. Now what is happening? He's killing them. He told people. Did he not say it with his own mouth? If I was the CS, nitawatwanga hawa watu. Prezo nipatie kazi na kufanyia. Even Sudi said it. If these Gen Zs are bringing noise, give them to me, I'll deal with them. Now they are dealing with them. And so many people have died. We have seen over 46 people who have died in police cell in the last 3 months. So Ojwang is just one person which has become so glaringly open. So the last point I want to bring across here is I saw that Deputy Inspector General said he stepped aside. First of all, the term stepping aside has no constitutional basis. A police officer can be interdicted, he can resign, or he can be dismissed. There is nothing like stepping aside. The worst case of that is that you are stepping aside and then you are the one appointing the person taking over from your office. Your office in Yalangat. See, that office is a public office. So when you leave the office, wewe toka. Huwezi sema mimi natoka na fulani ndio atachukua uongozi wangu, which means that he has stepped aside for investigation. So his deputy will be the one now doing what he was doing, killing more people who are giving evidence. You get me? Interfering with evidence on his behalf. He was supposed to step aside and disappear and not to be seen on the scene. So, do you mean the president cannot be able to replace him? Remember, an inspector general must be vetted in parliament. Who is now vetting the person acting on his behalf? So, it means that we are being cheated here. These guys are not very serious about the fact that they want to find justice for Kenya. And of course, what I want to tell Kenyans is the following. Don't be afraid. We have suffered enough. Suffering builds character. So we have character. Remember that? And character brings hope. And hope never disappoints. The hope we have is that William Ruto is a half-term president. And revolution is happening. So you either join this revolution or stay with them. The revolution is unstoppable. It has begun. The ground does not want it. Even if he walks with 10 Raila Odinga's plus Raila Odinga's father, and he goes even to get I don't know who from where, anybody who has joined William Ruto is going to die with the revolution. Even if Kalonzo dares, and I'll ask my brother Kalonzo Musyoka, please don't join these people. They are calling you. Tell them to leave you alone. They want to go down with you. Anybody joining William Ruto will go down with William Ruto, because I can tell you what, I am an expert in aircraft. When a plane's nose faces down, even the most qualified pilot cannot stop that plane from crashing. If plane here William Ruto is crashing, it is nose diving. Once the nose of the plane is facing down, it will go down. Even if you give it another 4 engines, it will go down. So hata ongeze nani hapo ndani kwa hiyo Kenya Kwanza, the plane is crashing. Even if you give the 2 million shillings to Ojwang's father, that one he's picking because he needs money. You remember he didn't even have fare to leave Homa Bay coming. So let him take the money, and that money is not for you. Your salary is 2 million shillings. How can you give someone 2 million? It means you've stolen that money from Kenyans. Let everybody go pick money from William Ruto when you have time. But the truth is that you are not going to become the president. You are not staying until 2027. In fact, tulisema half term, 1 term, but now it is half term. Because let me tell you what, mtu akifunga 10 goals at half time, are you waiting for him to score another 10 goals the second half? So the first half, tumepigwa 10-0. Adani, Kentraco, Shah, Chief, HELB, NHIF, all scams, all corruptions are enough. So we cannot wait for another half. Can you imagine if Ruto has committed 120 financial scandals in the first half? Now the second half, we are going to end up with 240 financial scandals. So we can't manage. Ruto, under his administration, over 600 people have died in mysterious circumstances associated with this government. So we want to have another 120 in the second half. So hii first half, iishe tu vizuri. Na waende nyumbani, and his brother no term. Let them go home. Half term, no term. Let them go home. We are tired of them, and I'm asking Kenyans, don't relent. Some of us, we agree that those who remain will take Kenya forward. But those of us who are here, whether you kill or not, we are willing to go forward. The worst thing you can do is to kill the economy. because so many deaths are coming from economic sabotage you have done, and they are doing it deliberately. Thank you.
Prof, just one last question. We've seen yesterday Ojwang's father was thanking President Ruto, and Kenyans came worrying that Ojwang's father should leave this matter to Kenyans and the government is using him. Do you think it's time for him to shun away from the media?
First of all, I want to say that I happen by coincidence to be a Luo, so I come from Luo Nyanza, understand how the Luos look at death. When it is time for mourning, everybody is a mourner. And everybody, including even those who convey to death, are allowed to mourn. You understand me? So let the president mourn the way he wants. Even if you go and give the father of Ojwang money, it is not bad for him to accept. It's also not bad for him to say, thank you for giving me the money you have stolen from us. That's not a bad thing. Let him accept the money. In fact, thanking is not an issue. But let me tell you what, the pain inside Ojwang's father's heart cannot be cured by 2 million. Do you know how much was invested in Ojwang? You guys, do you know primary school, secondary school, university education, you understand? Kulea mtoto. Just going to Aga Khan here to deliver a child is 250,000, even 400,000. Do you know how many diapers a child uses? Do you know the cost of a diapers only is more than 2 million? What is 2 million? So 2 million is nothing. Hata hiyo 1 million ya Raila is nothing. Ojwang would have been buried with or without the 2 million. In fact, the 3 million. So don't worry, taking the money is not a bad thing. Even saying thank you is not a bad thing. Even Jesus said, it's in the Bible. Thank your enemies for the things they do for you. Even pray for them. So Ojwang's father is not wrong in any way. Let no one start throwing words at him. He is even confused. Does he have the conscience to know what's happening, my brother? In fact, just forgive him because the pain is too much. But he's a gentleman by saying thank you. Don't you say thank you even for those people who beat you up? Jesus said when they slap left, give them right, isn't it? So let them slap left and right. But that cannot make them be forgiven. In fact, the court of law, the 2 million will not come in. We are going to follow this justice to the end. Kenyans don't leave Ojwang's family simply because they have received money from William Ruto. Saying thank you is being a gentleman, isn't it? Ama namna gani?
Yeah.
Yeah, even me, when the policemen released me in the cell after retaining me for 3 years, I told them thank you. See, I told them thank you. Why did you not shout about it? Ama namna gani?
Yeah.
See, hata wewe ukishikwa kesho umewachwa na polisi wasema thank you. Mtu anakupiga teke unamwambia thank you, sivyo? Who will punish them? God in heaven is seeing everything they have done to Ojwang's family, and not just Ojwang, all Kenyans. So there is no escapism here, and I don't think that's the problem. Are we together? Yeah, just let the family mourn. Don't judge him. The guy does not even know what's happening. The pain is too much. But when someone gives you money, nani anakatanga pesa? Hata wakati wa matanga, wala wanaimbanga wakilia. Si watu wanawekanga pesa kwa mfuko yao na wanachukua wakiendelea kuimba na wanalia. So let them mourn the way they want, allow them. In fact, even if the policeman who killed Ojwang comes to give him money, let him take and say what? Thank you. But thank you for the money, not for killing my son. So when he told William Ruto thank you, he didn't thank him for killing the son. He thanked William Ruto for the 2 million shillings na iliisha hapo. Ama namna gani? Yes, ni kama kupanda matatu, ukishuka unasema thank you. Lakini umelipa.
Swali la mwisho. Nasikia tunaona kile ambacho kilifanyika na wanawake 42 ndio kuuliwa na wakatupwa kule Kwale. Na mshukiwa mmoja akakamatwa na baadaye tukaambiwa kwamba alitoroka. Kesi ikaishia hapo. Je, unafikiria kwamba kesi hii ya Ojwang familia yake na pia Wakenya watapata haki?
In Kenya, no, because we are preparing serious evidence to go to International Court of Law. This is genocide. We know very well they are manipulating so many things. But remember this, there are so many legal strategies to follow here. You saw yesterday when our former Chief Justice said, we will do what's called private prosecution. At the same time, remember when someone dies, he's being prosecuted by the state. So the state is the prosecutor. But what we have seen is that let them not do the way they did Robert Ouko's case, Tom Mboya's case, because in Tom Mboya, Robert Ouko, Arguin Skodek, and all those people, it is the government that sued the person who killed them. And the government was the single petitioner. Even the families of those families, like Tom Mboya's family, Ouko's family, were never put as interested party. It was the state suing the state. That's why it was a scam. Ask Tom Mboya's family whether they have seen justice. Nothing. Ouko's family, nothing. Jen Ogola died here, nothing. Everything is the state. But this one, what we shall do is that we will take private prosecution, but normally, what happens, I can also tell you, under private prosecution, the ODPP can also join in the case, then finish the case and kill it. But where the thing starts is this. Once you have gone to court as a private prosecution, evidence will remain in court. Ruto is not the president forever. We are going to take over government. And once we take over government, then now those people will face the full thrust of the law. Let them know that it is half term. The worst case scenario, one term. But the best case scenario for us is half term. So this half term can begin next year. And those things will come to book. So don't worry about whatever they are doing. What I like about it is that the Ojwang family, we took all the evidence and we have them. Even the 23 policemen who recorded statement IPOA, we have copies of all those witness statements they recorded, 23 policemen, we have them. The ones for Ojwang's family, we have them. Post-mortem, we have them. All the lies they are bringing, we have them. We shall add them together and find the case. But the case is very simple. How to win this case is very simple. The only thing is that if you go to a procedure, what happens from when someone is arrested and when they are supposed to be prosecuted, all violations are there. So there are different violations. The person who arrested, the person who checked them in, the person who beats them up. So it is not just one person going to face the law. Several people. DCI who left Nairobi, going to Homa Bay, did they have arrest warrant? What order were they? When they said that Ojwang wronged Langat, did they have an OB? Where did Ojwang record this wrongfulness? Or it was just the boss and apiga zimu, nenda ushike fulani? No, you cannot do that. There is a penal code, there is criminal act, there is a way arrest should be done. The arrested party has their rights. So several people violated several things against one person called Albert Omondi Ojwang. And the truth will catch up with them. Don't be worried. Ojwang's body will not allow. I'm telling you, I saw his body. The body is telling us everything that what happened to him. And also have to tell you about being spiritual here. You know, Lubos are very spiritual people. The Spirit talks to us. And the Spirit has revealed even to the father, to the wife, and even to myself what actually killed Ojwang. So let them continue with their rumor mongering. I can see clearly what happened. I can tell you. And my dreams don't lie to me. They even made me to come here today. So I know exactly what happened. When time comes, we are going to put everything clearly before the prosecution, and these guys are going to face the law. I knew very well. That's why that day I just ran from home. I went to Central. I left Central with 10 questions in Central. Then I asked City Mortuary. They wanted to seal Ojwang's body. I can reveal to you. I had intelligence. They wanted to seal the body because the evidence is too much in Ojwang's body that you can't do anything about it. Postmortem was being postponed like 4 times, giving us primary pedestrian reasons like, oh, there's no natural light. Oh, there's no pathologist. Do you know how many pathologists are there in Kenya? Do they think they want to play with me? I was in Strathmore. I taught how many pathologists from government hospital here. I even told the PS, I know how many pathologists are in Kenya. That's why eventually with our knowledge, so there's nowhere they're hiding, dear Kenyans. What I can tell you, have faith, be focused. This country is ripe for revolution. It has shown us that both those who used to say they are people's defenders and the people who have been killing Kenyans, they were scammers. It has come clearly Raila Odinga can donate 1 million shillings and keep quiet. Yet justice is what we are looking. We're not looking for 1 million. How much can Kenyans donate? Do they know how postmortem was done? Do they know that we paid for the pathologies for the family? Why did they not come to pay for the pathology in the hospital? So now they are coming later when you have evidence, oh, let me donate 1 million. What is 1 million shillings? And that 1 million from Raila inatoka wapi? So don't be worried. The truth will come, the truth will speak, and we shall liberate Kenya. Eventually, we shall restore the nation of the soul of the nation. The soul of the nation will be restored when we respect human rights. And there will be no time Kenyans will have their right until you have the right person in State House. Until you get the right person in State House, there's no right. William Ruto can never give you any right. If you're waiting for it, you're waiting for nothing. Thank you. I can see Mandamano has begun. We can hear tear gas being thrown around. We are going to fight with them until morning. So Kenyans, come to town because they have brought the tear gas. Thank you.